everyone, the footage you just saw was from some sailing that we did a few weeks ago. I didn't take a lot of footage on that trip, so I thought instead for this video we could do a tour of Nick's boat, Torval, which we haven't done before. So here goes, I'll hand over to Nick.
Today we decided to do a bit of a boat tour. We're currently sitting atop Torval. She's a Beneteau First 30E from 1983, so a 30-foot boat, quite a powerful rig, designed as a racer cruiser, draws 1.7 meters, deep fin keel. I've had the boat now coming up to 4 years, and so when I bought her it was during COVID. The boat had been sitting between lockdowns and things, and needed a bit of love and attention. The decks were completely green. We're slowly getting there. We've done a lot of work. Why don't you come on board and I'll show you around. Torval was originally a charter boat in the Mediterranean. At some point it's had a windlass, which has now been removed, and when I bought the boat it had a pitiful amount of chain. So one of the things we did quite quickly, because where we are we've got an incredible tidal range, is just increase the amount of chain. So I've managed to get 50 meters of chain in here. We had a old CQR anchor on the front that never really fit on the bow roller, and you had to put it away in the chain locker, and getting it through here we found was a bit tricky. Upgraded to a Lumar Delta, which we've been out with, and it's held perfectly well, never drug or anything like that. So coming up on deck we've got quite a large genoa. The boat actually came with 2 genoas and 2 mainsails, identically sized, which is handy just in case we damage one. I've replaced all of the running rigging, so we've got new sheets. I've gone for quite a chunky one to prefer the feel on your hands. Roller furling, and then the mast has quite a lot of pre-bend in it. When I bought the boat I thought, oh, is that right? But yes, apparently you're supposed to have quite a lot of pre-bend with these. Original mainsail cover disintegrated in a storm one night, so the local sail maker, very reasonably priced as well, knocked this up. It makes the boat look a bit smarter, I think. Again, all new running rigging. These halyards are actually, they're made by Marlow, and they're made for recycled material. I think it's plastic bottles. They've been on the boat now since April, and actually, yeah, very happy with them. The shroud covers, which you have, so when you're sailing along you don't chafe the genoa sheet on the shrouds and damage this. Originally they were black. They were deteriorating and leaving black marks on everything. You brush past them and you had an indelible black stain. So I tried cutting them off with a Stanley knife, and in the process nearly removed my front. So after refining our technique a bit, we've put these on, and they're pretty good. We got them from the local chandlery. They split, and we just pop them on. The hatches on Torval, I think original sort of Lumar Ocean hatches. The acrylic had gone anyway, and every time it rained you get this dripping coming in the boat. But there's a company online that sells the replacement acrylic, and so last winter I one by one took each hatch off and rebedded them with new butyl tape and the sealant that they provide. And I wouldn't say it was really easy, but it also wasn't that difficult, and they've been leak-free since. Really happy with that. We can at night now, with the clear hatches, lie awake and look at the stars. Talking of which, I've got the acrylic for the main port lights on the sides. This is one big sheet of acrylic, I think 1.8 meters long, which has been, it's got a slight curve in it, and it's just bolted to the cabin top. And these, unfortunately, have cracked. We had a very hot day followed by a shower, and when it cracked it sounded like a gunshot. But for now, Gorilla crystal clear tape is keeping them watertight, and it actually does a very reasonable job. Now we're sitting in Torval's cockpit. Haven't done too much here. I did make a cockpit grate. The boat didn't come with one, they never did. So do you want to come down? So we're now down inside Torval. It's quite a beamy boat actually, so for a 30-foot boat actually we've got very reasonable accommodation. I can walk all the way around the saloon table, and in fact if we put both leaves up we can probably seat about 8 people, I would think, in here. Interior layout, we've got an aft cabin. It's supposedly a double berth. It's more like 1.5 people size. In there we've got our chart plotter and VHF radio. When I bought this boat we had quite an old GPS unit here. It was suffering from there was a GPS rollover bug. It's fine for telling position, but if you wanted to know what the state of tide was or anything else, it didn't work because it thought it was 2004. So we replaced the unit here with a touchscreen Garmin one, and we've also installed a chirp sonar, which is quite fun. Originally the boat had a NASA log and a depth unit, but they were original and they'd gone wrong. We put in a NASA Clipper duet, but the chirp sonar actually gives us a very reliable depth, and we've put in a Garmin multifunction instrument in the cockpit. The other upgrade we've done is we've put in a new VHF which can receive, coincidentally, can receive AIS. So it continuously bugs us with alarms and things, but it's really handy where we are. There's a lot of commercial shipping that shares the same channel with us, so when we're coming back in it's useful to see what ships are coming out. And then a fold up chart table as well. I can't really get in there comfortably when it's up, so you have to get in and pull it out. Heads compartment here at the front. So conveniently there's a door that opens to close it off from the front cabin. Put a new heads in when I bought the boat. And then there's a sliding door as well which shuts it off from the main cabin. Front cabin, quite spacious, perfectly sized for 2 people, and a lot of headroom as well, which is quite nice, so you can happily sit up in bed without banging your head on the ceiling. On the starboard side we have our galley. It's not the largest galley in the world, but we've cooked a number of roast dinners here anyway, so we've got sink, just a cool box. When I bought the boat there was a completely different arrangement here, and somebody had installed a fridge and whatever, so I had to rebuild this, and we've put in a Dometic gas oven. We had an electric oven for a while which was perfectly adequate for in the marina, but when we go out it's nice to cook, so we've got the gas one there now, and that's really good. When I bought Torval, she had let's say been well used, and the interior was showing quite a lot of wear, so I've had to revarnish the cabin sole, which, to be honest, I've done so much work in here I probably need to revarnish it again, revarnish the saloon table, and I've been slowly working my way around. This is Torval's engine. It's a Volvo Penta MD7B. Originally had 17 horsepower, but some of those horses might have died. So the head gasket was blown when I bought the boat, and actually we did get the engine started, but it just blew exhaust everywhere, and I've got a picture of how badly damaged the head gasket was. We've done a video I think in the past showing us working on the heads. I had the head off completely, replaced all of the gaskets there, changed some piston rings, gave it a very good clean. And then alongside that we've rewired the boat completely. The wiring was shot, nothing worked, all the lights were dead, they're all fine now. New control panels, new wiring, new battery chargers. As we said earlier, when I bought the boat the engine was broken, but quite happy now. When I tried first starting it with the blown head gasket, I think it took over a minute to start, but it should be pretty swift now. There we go. Pretty happy with that actually. So hopefully when we put it in gear we don't really get any smoke. Funny story, when I first bought the boat I'd been doing a lot of cleaning, and I had a bucket of water, and I thought, oh, maybe I should just pour that in the sink. I did, and it didn't go anywhere because every single skin fitting on the boat had seats. They were the gate valve type, and they were all closed, which I suppose is good for not sinking, but the valves, the stems had all snapped. During the process of replacing all of those fittings, I discovered the only one that was open terminated in a piece of pipe with an old spark plug shoved into the end, so a spark plug was the only thing stopping the boat from sinking.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Torval has been a really great boat, but Nick has mentioned that potentially at the end of the season he may be looking to swap over to a bilge keel boat because it would just be a lot more suitable for the waters that we sail in, so watch this space, we'll see what happens. I have also had people interested in a tour of my boat at some point, which I probably will do, but there's some cosmetic things that I would like to fix first to make sure she's looking her best. And I do also have a small update on the motor, which hopefully will be in my next video, so look out for that. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed these videos, and I'll see you next time.